Welcome to the first installment of the 2021 Alex Cora Center for kids who can't hit good and want to learn to do other things good too. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. That name's a mouthful.
It is. I was practicing all night. I'm coming to you live from my garage. Steamy, Swayze. I like your simple background.
Yeah, we're lounging today. We're just on the couch doing it today.
If I was inside, it'd be madness. So I'm outside, sweating.
Yeah, there's nobody screaming right now where I am. So
Not yet. I don't know what that means. It's ominous, but
the night is young.
We're not quite done with week one, and we wanted to get this off the ground. We're going to do the YouTube video so you can see our faces, and
Whether you like it or not.
We're going to use this pod to not just this one, but the entire format to announce some stats of the week to keep us involved throughout the year. We're going to announce one this week. What else are we doing? We're going to talk about what's happening around the league. We're going to review each matchup, do some housekeeping, talk about still housekeeping. Then we'll do our what are we watching, listening, and reading. So, Mike, what's happening around the actual Major League Baseball, the first opening week that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just love the first week of the season. You know, everybody's a playoff contender. You got the first place Baltimore Orioles tied with the Red Sox for first place in the AL East right now. Cincinnati, the Reds have been red hot, 6-1, scoring a ton of runs. And the Philadelphia Phillies are in first place, running away with the NL East already.
The downtrodden NL East. Phillies out on top early, swept the Braves the first series. That was a Lute made sure to text me and my brother the sweep text that Adam left out there. He never even answered. That's early gunshots fired.
It's an act of aggression.
The Phillies are surprising. I mean, they're pitching right now. I mean, they got beat up last night by the Braves. Acuna hit a 456-foot homer to right center off Wheeler. That was pretty. I'm not trying to be a homer, but it was a homer. It was a home run.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Aware of it.
We're against each other this week. The other thing big last night, Joe Musgrove. That was actually so I got an update. We were watching a show and it said no hitter in progress, 8th inning, 9th inning. And I told my wife, you know what? We're going to wait until the end of this show, but then we're going to watch that. I stood up for myself.
Yeah, way to wear the pants, Dave.
But
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but then we're watching that.
Okay, well, it'll still be my way after your way. And I saw 2 outs. I saw the final 2 outs, and Musgrove's pitches were moving. So awesome. I mean, good for him. His slider, I think I saw a ground out to end it, but then there was a fly out. That's all I didn't know if anyone else was watching that one. But it was good for him. He's a hometown guy, apparently.
Yeah, and he's super talented. It honestly wasn't that surprising hearing that he threw it, because if you've been a fan of baseball the last few years, you know he's a good pitcher.
And he's the 4th on that staff.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Lamette's pitching right now, but he's the 3. And Paddock, technically the 5. I don't know if Musgrove will be the 5 with Paddock at 4. And then you have Clevenger on the IL. I mean, next year, just scary. Padres are scary.
Yeah.
But segue, not as scary for Paul. It doesn't look like Tatis is getting surgery, so he should be back. I think he's on the IL, but I think he's coming back sooner than later. So good for Paul.
Yeah, that's exciting. That looked pretty like it could have been pretty bad.
Yeah, some of the comments were like, this looks exactly like when people tear their rotator cuff swinging, like not a good, but seems like he won't need surgery. He's avoiding it. Sometimes they put off surgery and then it gets worse. We'll see. Sucks for Paul that happened to one of his keepers early, but not the worst news.
Yeah, we really can't. It seems like every season there's at least one. Even we have the draft as late as possible and it still happens, you know. So
Yes. What else has been happening in Major League Baseball?
The Yerminator for the Chicago White Sox.
Right.
DH Yermin Mercedes,
Yep.
catcher
Patrick Hasner.
eligible in ESPN. So he's super valuable in our league, not in any other site leagues really, but ESPN has him as a catcher. So that was a huge pickup.
And then Patrick, so I could reveal this on our pod here. Patrick texted me saying he was drunk, pissed about James McCann, I guess, didn't hit that day. So he drops James McCann, picks up Yermin, finds out the next morning that Yermin's a backup to Yasmani Grandal,
Mm-hmm.
and that McCann is indeed going to hit. But it may work out for Patrick because Mercedes, well, with Eloy Jimenez going down,
Yeah,
that opens up
that
a
was
DH.
the big piece. The Eloy being out, I think it's interesting. I think Andrew Vaughn might have been the odd man out after seeing how Mercedes is hitting, where it was before the season started, it was like a foregone conclusion that Vaughn was going to be every day. And then when Eloy got hurt, it allowed them to put both of those guys in the lineup because I had no idea who Yermin Mercedes was 2 weeks ago.
I still kind of don't. I know he's older. He's not like a prospect. He's like almost 30.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries in the league. Even like Rays pitchers are going down. Their closer Nick Anderson down right before the season. So I thought I'd be cool and go get Fairbanks. Now he's down. And somebody, I think Paul has the next guy in line to be the actual save monster out of them. Diego Castillo or
Yeah.
And I mean, I have all of my IL spots filled. I don't know if everyone across the league has a lot of IL.
I don't have anybody on the IL yet. Knock on wood.
Good news. That's good. I think Scott also has like a lot of IL spots. He was texting. Yeah, but so far, I mean, I'm just excited. It's real baseball. The players and the coaches in the media are saying how excited they are to just have fans screaming, live actual fans. Freddie Freeman, I read an article, said it's a lot different now. You used to look out and see the cardboard cutouts last year. They're still around. But he said in day games last year, they had to ask staff to put them down because glares off the sun shining off the fake fans, annoying them. So less issues there this year.
Yep, and we finally got some a medium-sized crowd to boo the Astros. So
yes, what team was that? They threw out an inflatable garbage can.
The A's.
Yes,
they played the A. Yeah, and then the Astros swept them immediately.
Yeah. As much anger as we all have, the Astros continue to be good.
Yeah.
James, here's another one. Just before we move on, James Paxton. That's kind of a sob story. He was really good, Big Maple in Seattle, signed a big contract with the Yankees, and then just never had a full season. I think it was like 3 or 4 years of just, he wasn't the same. I mean, even when he was healthy, he was like 4 1/3 innings starter.
Yeah.
Because he threw so many pitches, he would K a lot, but he wouldn't get through even for eligible for a win. Now he signed late in the offseason with the Mariners again, and then now he needs Tommy John. Just those are the stories that suck. You just want these players to be able to play. And
yeah, it's any injuries, and especially when it keeps happening to the same guys over and over, because how hard it is. It's that much harder every time for them to have to come back.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it with Garrett Richards. Same idea. Thought maybe my nice words about Garrett Richards would get me a win, and then he gave up 6 earned runs in the first inning on my stream. So
he felt the pressure. You put too much pressure on him.
Yeah. Ooh, I got picked up by that one team. All right, so that's kind of what's happened around the actual league. Now let's take a turn into our league, Alex Cora Center for Kids. Any standouts or great pickups you want to talk about so far?
Gotta call out Lute picking up the Akil Badu,
Yeah.
the name everybody's learning.
It's kind of worked out for him because Bellinger is now in the IL, so that's another outfield spot for him. Good
Yeah.
for Lute.
Who else? I forget who picked up Ty France. That was another pretty good pickup. He's been getting a lot of playing time for Seattle.
I picked him up for a hot minute. I think, okay, briefly, I kind of freaked out in the first week. We're still in the first week.
I think a lot of people just kind of the momentum of last season kind of hit us in the first week, and we were making moves like the season was 60 games again.
And I had to like say, the fuck am I? Chill.
Yeah.
You don't need to be streaming Garrett Richards ever, let alone week one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually picked up Ty France, but I don't know. Let me see who has him currently. Yeah, he's been hitting. He has a second base and DH.
Yeah. Another big pickup. I dropped him, but he got picked right up. Was Scott? Scott picked up Mitch Haniger.
Is he doing well?
He's leading off every day for Seattle, pretty much. So if he stays healthy, he's going to be good this year.
Yeah, France is doing okay. He is on. Okay, this is a good segue into a terrible team name. He's on Kyle's team. Knock knock. It's Kyle. I don't even get it.
It's fucking genius.
What did he have last year? Where we were like,
Now is it a cop reference?
I guess. At least he's not doing a no knock.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Knock knock. It's Kyle. Still, thank you for piecing that part together, but I don't know yet. There's work to be done.
I don't want to talk about him too much. His team will start hitting.
Maybe he'll trade DeGrom if you change your team name. I'll give you Dominic Smith.
I wouldn't do that now. JD Davis just went out, so Dom Smith will be playing more, I think.
Oh yeah, he did start today, and I sat him. And Nimmo's playing. Like it's an interesting dynamic.
But you really have to, you have to check right before the game anymore with a lot of the guys.
Oh, we should talk briefly. What did you think of the Conforto lean?
I mean, it was a strike.
Yeah,
but I'll
it's
take
an interesting rule.
Yeah, it's that's the interesting thing is just this is what happens when you start to add replay, because then they make these cut and dry things that can and cannot be replay reviewed. So they couldn't. You can't review intent. Is basically the way they put it.
Yeah. Right. And isn't
it's
that
not like he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I meant fuck yeah, I meant to do it." Like,
oh yeah, you caught me. Well, what's the NFL rule where they can push them out of bounds?
Now they can.
They can, right?
Before, yeah. So they only changed that I think in the last 2 seasons, where before you had to allow the guy to try to land in bounds, and now you can just push him out.
Okay. Back to good pickups. Tom Ravinsky. Talkman Turner overdrive. Although he turned, what is that? Do you know the reference?
No.
Okay, he changed it, but still kind of Turner overdrive.
It's still Turner overdrive. Yeah.
He picked up Jared Walsh, who is proving to be pretty good on that Angels. He's behind Trout, Rendon,
and Ohtani.
Oh yeah, Ohtani, and then Walsh. I mean, he's going to be. That's good if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he had that walk. He had the walk-off home run on opening Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah,
and he pimped the hell out of it.
I think I saw that. You also talked about that home run Ohtani hit, who is crushing the ball now.
Yeah.
Paul lucked out there, and I don't know how he's pitching necessarily. I don't know if he got a win yet, but
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get a quality start out of him, I think.
Yeah.
Just because he is hitting too. But man, what a fun baseball player to watch.
He is a big human, and he hits the hell out of the ball. That you
Yeah,
sent me that link, and that sounded different off of Dylan Cease.
yeah. He ceased to be good that moment.
Nice, nice. He ceased to. Yeah, I think Otani, if he stays healthy, that guy, that Trout, Rendon. I mean, how do the Angels lose?
Yeah,
Pitching.
we said that we say that every year, I think, with the Angels, and they find a way to underperform.
Yeah. Um.
It does look like the A's look like they're going to be down this year, so that might be a chance for the Angels to have a good season.
Yeah, the A's don't look like, even when they
Yeah,
don't have superstars.
yeah,
Sometimes they do.
I have Luzardo, and he's racked up the strikeouts, but I mean he's had to face Houston and the Dodgers in his first two starts, so I'm not going to put too much stock into it. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, they look like they might be in for a down season.
Well, Chris.
Early reaction, obviously, but
Yeah, I agree though. Chris is an A's fan, I believe, and he has Sean Manaea, who had a really good game 2 days
mhm.
ago, and he had Joe Musgrove. So Chris's pitching right now looks good.
Plus, look at like I said, they've played the Astros twice and the Dodgers once already this season. So you're
Tough
going to have
start.
a pretty rough record after that. I think most teams.
Yeah, you'd think so, right? Um, yeah, the Dodgers have Betts and Bellinger out, and they're still winning. So there's no hope for anyone. Anything else around our league? Good pickups,
I did want to
standouts.
call out too the story that came out with speaking of the Dodgers for Bauer, since he always, we always have to have a Bauer talk
Mm-hmm.
on every
Hour,
pod. It
hour.
feels like that they've publicized how they're investigating some of his baseballs, and then he immediately came out and he's like, "Yeah, they do this all the time, but I'm the only one that they're talking about doing it to."
Oh, interesting. I think Dave Roberts was quoted as saying he's concerned why MLB released it like that too.
Yeah, you
Whatever.
don't want to be against, you can't have a pissing contest with the front office, but you can try, I guess.
Yeah. Um, certainly they voiced their displeasure with Manfred sometimes, especially with the Astros scandal. So it's a little different. I don't know how NFL players critical of Goodell on screen.
I don't pay that much attention to that. I think Goodell's kind of tried to fade away a little bit the last few years because his name was always in so many stories. So last couple seasons, he's kind of taken a back seat.
Yeah, I think Manfred's now taking the front seat.
Yeah.
Um, can't think anyone else off the top of my head that's doing well. Well, let's talk about matchups if you can. You
Yeah.
want to
Let's
do that?
check the matchups here. Yep.
All right. So
I'll start with get this one out of the way first.
us.
Yeah. So our matchup right now, you're up 10-4. Some notable categories. Let's see. 902 OPS looking pretty stout for you. Got those 5 quality starts. That's pretty strong as well. And Acuna just hitting the shit out of the ball.
He's starting hot. Well, he'll have a downturn.
Yeah.
But you had
Next match.
oh
Yeah.
you.
What'd you
I
say?
like your team though. Your K's. So you're going to be. You have Jeff Hoffman.
Today, yeah.
Um, he's an ECU guy.
Yeah, I figured with the Reds producing and the Diamondbacks not really hitting right now. I know Ketel Marte's out, I believe, too, for them. So seemed like a good stream to try. I need to try to steal or tie a couple categories here for pitching.
Yeah, I was a little worried because
And that's
I
all
don't
I
have.
have left is Savale and Hoffman. So
I'm worried. Yeah, I want to obviously keep this lead, but yeah, I saw that you're close. The quality starts, you need 1, 2 wins. We're right there. So
yeah.
your K's are about to win.
Um
You'll have good K's this year.
yeah, Bieber alone. He's been good for 12 Ks both starts.
All right, next matchup.
Yeah,
Blackman
so
Turner Overdrive.
yeah, Blackman Turner Overdrive, vegetarian cheesesteaks. The cheesesteaks are up 11-3 right now.
Yeah, Tom's.
2.53 ERA for the cheesesteaks. Very strong ERA.
He's got a good. Okay, so Kevin Gossman is somehow doing well early, but
He
then he has
came on late last year when he came back. But not like not like this.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in Lute. And I'm talking to Lute, he doesn't have much faith in his starting pitching. His hitting is where the money's at.
Yeah.
He has Corbin Gossman, Davies, John Gray, Tyler Maul. I mean, but they're
Yeah, and
producing right now.
John Gray. It's going to be the thing too. Is you just can't. Most of the time, it's going to be tough to play him at home.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, his hitting. I mean, Lute's hitting is really, really good. He has to sit people that do not need to be sitting. Like Nelson Cruz was
Yeah.
on his bench with a grand slam and a 2-run homer.
Yeah, he has Betts and Bell. It's just fun. Obviously, they were probably not playing today. Who knows? But Betts and Bellinger on a bench. That's how good his team is.
Yeah. But Tom has good pitching. I mean, Castillo blew up game 1, but he has Bueller, Ian Anderson, Keuchel's, whatever, quality starts. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Tom's going to have a bad season, just a tough start.
No, and he's got a lot of National League pitchers, and they're going to benefit from not having the DH, I think.
Yeah, good call. Look at that. Good stat.
All right, next here.
I want to say,
anything else you want to call out on that last one?
No.
All right.
Do you have? Are you Randy? Versus...
So yeah, Ryu, Randy, and Team Lana Del Baez.
Yeah.
Chris is up 9-4-1 right now, leading.
Good for Chris. He needs a good off the bat. What am I trying
Chris got right now? He has six quality starts and 6 wins.
That's really good. And he's only,
I believe, he's tied for the lead right now. Yeah, right now he's tied for that's the most wins right now.
He's also only 0.02 percentage points away from Keith's ERA, so they're neck and neck there. It could get worse for Keith, is what we're saying. It's close. This is a close.
Pretty close. They're close in a lot of the hitting categories as well. Yeah.
And by close, we don't mean good, because their OPSs are under 700, both of them. But
they both would be leading in steals no matter if they were playing anybody else. So
yeah, look at Keith's strikeouts, batting 89. What are yours looking like? Because you were worried. 73.
I'm at 73. Yeah.
So Keith's having a rougher time about it so far. That one could get worse for Keith. We're on 2 more days.
Yeah, still a lot to happen in that matchup.
Knock knock, it's Kyle versus our returning champion, Scott. You got trout fished. Close one, 7-6-1, which I am always kind of like, this is okay. This is a good score. You want to kind of be around 500.
Yeah.
Scott again has a good team, but thankfully it looks like Kyle's pitching is beating his. Scott had really good pitching last year.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, DeGrom and Nola, obviously very strong. Alcantara looks like he's going to be like really good this year.
Yeah, you're right. Let me just read, to piss you off, let me just read Jacob DeGrom's line from today.
Please do.
8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 14 Ks, quality start, not the win.
Loss,
gave up 1, lost 3-0. The old DeGrom start, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, should have got 2 RBIs like his last game.
Yeah, he couldn't do it last year. Now he has to take it by himself.
Yeah, it's pretty rough to watch. They just cannot score runs for him.
Alec Bohm. I was giving Kyle shit, but this guy's doing well. He's hitting okay.
Yeah, Byron Buxton also looks like he might have a pretty good year if he keeps up how he's hitting.
Whit Merrifield, good pick for Kyle.
Yeah, Jock Peterson, good new home in Chicago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he hit a home run the other day. Oh, Grisham's off the IL. Good for Scott. He'll do well for Scott. He was initially on the IL. But yeah.
And Scott's got, once Springer comes back, he'll have Springer going too.
Oh, I got to give Scott a shout out too. he picked up on the waivers Andrew Heaney, who
Ooh, yeah.
had a really good game, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 Ks last night against Toronto. So that's a good pick. We might all be pissed later in the season.
Yeah, he came on really strong the end of last season, I believe, too.
It's funny he was on waivers. I think he had a bad first start. Whoever had him dropped him.
Yeah, I think he was that Sunday night starter against Cease, I think.
He gave up 7 earned runs in 3 innings. I mean,
Oh, it wasn't that game then, yeah.
he had the I mean, he's their ace, right? Or
He was
Bundy.
opening day, yeah.
Yeah, I don't to drop him that quickly. Now that helps Scott out. Thanks whoever dropped him. Next one.
Next one is COVID-19s and front desk Sean Doolittle party.
So Adam had to explain that one to me.
I
Sean was
figured it was from the Sean, pick up the phone from the front desk. Yeah.
from the hotel we were at on
Yeah.
draft night. Yeah, Sean was the less than helpful, and which is a play on words Doolittle. So that gets it had to be explained to me, and I guess it's
Yeah.
like an inside joke, but
Yeah, more like Sean do nothing.
nailed it. Although we didn't get charged for the Django costs. So thank you, Sean.
And he didn't charge us for the extra chair.
Yeah, that's fun. I had to ask. So I asked the housekeeping next door, "Can I take this chair?" She says no, and that was a nice little stare down. I was like, I was expecting the word yes,
Just no chair.
and I said, "Well, this is our room. You're just cleaning our room. Can we just take this chair?" And she said, "No, call Sean." And me and Sean don't get along at this point. And Sean, thank you for telling me to tell the housekeeper that you said yes, that I could take such chair that we didn't even use. So just a fun day in the hotel.
Yeah,
Actually was fun, just a shitty operation.
So so front desk Sean's namesake team is up 7-4-3 right now.
Yeah. Paul, is he hitting?
Super small ERA for Adam.
Yeah.
2.17 and 0.95 whip right now.
And I mean, Paul's
6 quality starts.
If you compare to Paul's, I mean, Paul's having a great
Yeah.
week too. 286 ERA. Just Adam's
4
doing
saves.
good. Yeah, Adam picked up Drew Smiley, which is an interesting pickup. I think he'll be good. Wonder if he'll be fantasy good. But he has Woodruff.
Yeah, Paul with Steven Matz had a good
Right.
first start.
He did. Did you see Lance Lynn's line the other day?
I did not.
Complete game shutout, 5 hits, no walks, 11 Ks. So Lance Lynn hasn't.
And he
stopped.
probably topped out at 89, right?
He still hasn't stopped doing Lance Lynn things.
Some of these older pitchers, man, they just know how to get guys out, and they just pepper strikes.
Like Bartolo.
Oh yeah, big sexy.
Yeah, Paul still has the team that can hit the hell out of the ball. I mean, he's got Ohtani, Tatis on the IL, Cabrian Hayes on the IL. He's got Soto. Yeah, he'll be scary hitting.
Oh yeah.
If he's pitching like this.
And also a huge pickup we didn't call out was Jonathan India for the Reds.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah, he's been a rookie infielder, and he's been just getting a lot of playing time for them.
You know, the Reds went from scoring 0 runs in the playoffs to now scoring like 8 a game. So they're pissed apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all right. Last matchup, tied up.
We got a tight matchup here. The O's road to 100 versus Carlson Charge.
Carlson Charge. Like Carlson Charge. It's all in hand. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that new name. Good upgrade
from Stormy Daniel. So O's road to 100, 6-6-2, tied up. You know, it's still
very close in strikeouts, tied in losses, close in ERA, close in WHIP, tied in runs.
Patrick's used all of his acquisitions. I know that game.
As one does.
And yeah, I mean, it's close. I mean, it's good pitching, 3.59 to 3.82. Yeah, there's still a lot to be done. I don't know who has anyone going tomorrow. No, Tessa's got Scherzer and Stroman tomorrow. Could make up some ground here.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those. You want to hunt that quality start win, but then you take the risk of getting another loss on there,
right? And
possibly ballooning your whip too in the process. So
yeah,
but you're not going to sit Scherzer. I don't
no.
care what's going on.
Well, he got beat up by the Braves. I imagine he'll come back angrier.
I don't know if it's possible.
Patrick has Herman Marquez going tomorrow, so there's still some stats there to untie this one. Well, cool.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good little. Maybe we'll do that every one of these pods. Just keep everyone likes hearing their own name.
Yeah, you got to get everybody some press.
Even Tom. Good press. Tom needs some good press. Okay. Let me just go to my notepad here. So we're recording on Zoom here, and I don't know if let's do the stat of the week here. Oh wait, I can do stuff. Cool.
Sweet.
So I'm going to share my screen. Get the porn off.
Yeah, we don't need any understanding in a car crash live.
Another inside joke. That's a good one. Actually, Tom gets it. Tom's laughing somewhere, but not. All right, so I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to explain what I'm going to do here. I'm going to randomize. Now, it won't be every week that we do this stat. The idea of it was to
keep everybody involved throughout the season. Even if they might be out of the playoff hunt, they still have a chance of.
Yes. So, Mike, you see this?
Yep, I gotcha.
All right. So right now, I'm just highlighting the first. These are all the stats that we have available, the 14 stats. So I'm going to randomize them 3 times, and the one that ends up in the yellow is going to be our first stat of the week. We'll do.
This is very exciting.
We'll do 10 of these. So 10 weeks of this, $20 a piece. The stat will go from the whole week, Monday to Sunday. And depending on what stat it is, that person will get Venmo'd $20. Pretty cool. My idea, though, and I think this, keeping with the theme of why we did this, probably push most of the 10 weeks towards the end of the season so that the people on the, lower end of the standings still have something to look forward to if they're not making the playoff push or still are, but, chance to win some money back.
Yeah, maybe we do it once a month until after All-Star break or something like that.
Yeah. I think there's like 26 weeks or something like that. Maybe a little more.
Okay.
Getting rode up on by some kids in Hot Wheels. They're going to see a guy podcasting in their garage.
Are they trying to rumble? They got some hot takes on the Nationals.
Yeah. What do you think of Mercedes? All right. I'm going to randomize this. Here we go. I'm going to do it 3 times. Right click. Oh, great. Real embarrassing. Everyone sees my screen. I can't even.
You're doing great.
Randomize. Boom. 1. Oh, okay. That didn't work as I had thought. It moved the yellow with the losses. Not what I wanted. I wanted the yellow.
Son of a bitch.
All right. For those that don't know, that know Excel and are laughing,
we can just pick whatever it puts at the top then.
Yeah, so that's the first one. We'll just do another 2 and then the one at the top. Come on, Dave. Number 2. Runs didn't move. Number 3. Walks. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's offensive walks.
Okay.
So I'm going to write that down. Walks is this week we'll do whoever has the most walks at the end of Sunday will get $20.
That's big time.
Yeah, pretty exciting. I actually like that rule. It's kind of cool.
And so we will make the rule we cannot. So the next time we do it, it will not be walks. It cannot be walks.
Right. So if we do that flawless randomization.
So guys, go ahead and drop any players that get a lot of walks. Just let them go.
Yeah. We'll see if they get picked up immediately. Yeah, so walks this week. Nice. So that's the first stat. What's next here? So yeah, we're almost at the end. I just wanted to invite anyone that wants to join us. We're probably going to end up doing this pod, like midweek, during the week, as per everyone's schedules if we want. But I think like for Patrick wants to be involved, and he had requested weeknights, and what the hell else we can do? We can find
that seemed to work out pretty good when we did it last season too. Like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those.
Yeah, I think Pat, yeah, that would work. And I know Paul would have to be a little bit later. I mean, if Scott and Chris want to get on, that definitely we'll have to cater to them. But as of now, we'll shoot for like maybe a Wednesday night. If not this week, maybe next week. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to request money, some housekeeping stuff. I've gotten paid by a couple people. Send it in when you can, $100. And then the breakdown of the money. So we'll get $1,200. $200 is going to go to the stat of the week. So that leaves $1,000. The person that wins the regular season will get $100. They'll get their money back. So that leaves $900 for the playoffs. Now, this is where it could be open for debate. I'm not trying to be a hard ass here and just say what it's going to be. I think it was like 600 for first, 200 for second, and 100 for third. But I think that actually gives third place a little too much money for coming in third. So maybe we can do 700 for first, which leaves 200 to divvy up between second and third. So 150 for second and 50 for third.
I like that.
Okay. I'm just writing random numbers. I didn't do any math. I'm acting but I think that's the way.
Put it on the poll.
I think that would be a good way. I think $50 for third place makes sense. You could potentially make up money throughout the $20 stat of the week. But $700 is a nice win on top of if you can win the regular season plus some stat of the week. I mean, could walk out.
Yeah, plus now we're on it. This is our full season is back now. So
so cool. That's good. I got a lot of noise out here.
It's all good.
Cranking in the fan noise. Oh, okay. Last thing about housekeeping, then we'll get to the last part. I sent out a text to everyone yesterday, except Chris. I don't have your number, but we talked about doing next year a spring training / live draft in Florida. So there's a bunch of teams in Florida. Lute is ecstatic because apparently he knows people and he can. I was like, oh, you can get a deal? He's like, no, I can get a box. I was like, well, I think I can get a box. But anyway, we're going to go for a suite. Now, I don't know the logistics. This was more of a, will we have interest? And as of now, we have 8 definites. 8 out of 12 is amazing. Paul hasn't answered my text. No big deal. And Tom is a maybe. So the 2 California guys seem to be, that would be really tough. They could be the out-of-towners from the league. And we'll work on the logistics. It looks like it's going to happen. 8 yeses. And then we can figure out the other 4, if they don't come, how to work them into a live draft. But as of now, looks like it's a pretty good idea that can come to fruition. We'll have to decide on the team, the cost, what we're doing. 2 nights, people can stay a night. If we're drinking in the suite during the game, I don't know if we can do a live draft that night. Might have to be the next day. But again, logistics. We'll talk about that as we go.
Yeah.
I'm partial to trying to go see a Blue Jays. I can't pronounce it. Dunedin, yeah. Dunedin, in Florida. That might be cool. There's beaches around all of them. Lute said so. There's like Pirates, Orioles, Braves, Yankees, Blue Jays, Twins, Red Sox. So it's just up to what's best timing wise. Weekend, we'll figure it out. But I'm excited and ecstatic that there was that much yes coming back to me.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well.
So
Seems like it'll be very fun.
yeah, it's cool. That's just a really cool thing to happen. So last thing, what are we watching? What are we listening to? Reading, podcasts? I've been talking a while. You go ahead.
So listening with the tragic loss of DMX this weekend, I recommend going back and listening to It's Dark and Hell is Hot, because that is such a good album.
Okay.
Was listening to that all day. So that, and been watching Brockmire on Hulu. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Hank Azaria, he's a disgruntled former baseball announcer, kind of loses it on air, and then tries to make a comeback with the minor league baseball team as an announcer. Pretty hilarious.
Is it good?
It's good. Amanda Peet is the owner of the minor league baseball team, the Frackers.
The Frackers?
Yep. Definitely very poignant show after the Reds announcer last year. A lot of parallels. Yeah. He's basically the opening episode. He's recounting how he went home to give his wife flowers. He signs off every game saying like he loves his wife, and he went home to give her flowers. And similar to old school,
the gangbang.
It was a gangbang situation.
Please,
in between saying pitch outside.
Please tell me the truth. This is the first time this has happened. Well, do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to tell you the first time that's happened? Okay, that's exciting. I remember that getting broadcasted, like showing that it was up and coming. I didn't know it was on Hulu. I can actually access.
It's four seasons on Hulu.
Any podcasts?
Oh, so many podcasts. Actually been listening to Tipping Pitches baseball podcast. That's a good one. And always a big fan of the Rewatchables podcast on the Ringer. It's a movie podcast.
Yeah, I've actually looked at that one. I'm trying to get into the podcast game a little, and I saw that one as like a highly rated one. So yeah, I'm watching The Good Place.
Oh, I love that show.
You like it?
So it just ended recently this past year.
We're on season 3 of 4.
Okay.
So it's out there, but it's Michael Schur.
It's the best high fantasy show out there, I think.
It's great. Kristen Bell, Ted Danson. Ted Danson still got it.
Oh yeah.
He actually did a one of the shows. He's trying to like nudge them in the right direction when he puts them back on Earth to be humans. Mm-hmm. And Ted Danson shows up as a bartender, and that was kind of cool from Cheers. Like he's been there before. Just
so without us spoiling it for our listeners, did they get you with the finale of season 1?
Yes. No idea. Yeah.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So Christina had seen it season 1, and then she said I should watch it, so we rewatched it, and it's good. Michael Schur wrote it, who's the writer for The Office and
Parks and Recreation, I believe, as well.
Parks and Rec, who is Moe's Dwight's cousin.
Yeah.
So it's like you can trust the jokes. The jokes are funny.
Yeah, it's a solid NBC comedy.
Yeah, I like it. So that's what we're on now. It's pretty good. I'm listening to the new Kings of Leon album, which I really like. When You See Yourself, I think it's called.
Okay.
And Adam's ex-girlfriend used to love Kings of Leon, and I apparently never gave him a chance and was always like, yeah, okay, they're a great band. Yeah. And now I texted Adam the other day. I was like, I think I need your ex-girlfriend's phone number. I need to text her an apology because Kings of Leon's really good.
That won't be awkward at all.
No, hey, I know this is no, not Adam. This is Dave.
Oh my God, is everything okay? Yeah, I just love Kings of Leon.
I just had to tell you. You were right. So I've been going through their discography, and they're good. They rock. and I'm reading the Malcolm X autobiography because I didn't know enough about him, and he's a really interesting person. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I thought he was killed by whites. He's actually killed by Muslims because he went against Muslims after he backed out. Information is power, I've found.
Oh yeah.
And
Be informed.
Malcolm X, and I'm also reading Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just started that one. Old school. That's like an 1800s French book, but pretty cool.
That's your palate cleanser.
Yes, Malcolm X screaming about Black
Yeah,
Power,
Quasimodo.
White Devil, White Devil. We'll go to Quasi. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. This was fun. I'm looking forward to these podcasts. So hopefully we get more
Yeah.
people on.
Need to get everybody on here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Anything else?
No, let's have a good season. No more injuries.
Yes. All right. For Alex Cora, we're Mike and Dave.